Near the stage, one sustained note catches the roof lattice and holds it trembling above the crowd. Ceiling panels, lips settle, then burst from the clips. The kick returns with the compressed blast that flips loose chairs and punches mortar from block joints. Crews drag falling equipment safely away from violently vibrating walls while the floor transmits each impact toward an already deeply cracked support under the balcony. Music drops, but the chamber keeps ringing. Fractures lengthen through the partition during the silence driven by trapped vibration. Everyone waits inside that home, and the drums return, and the weakened surface erupts under one combined shockwave. Choose to clear out before reflected force meets at the center. Dense air can hammer bone and masonry alike, yet disciplined movement outruns the next impact. We cross between pulses, carrying every member. Beyond the walls, that sound is tearing apart under repeated waves of concentrated physical force. Broken panels slide from their frames. The last low note rolls through rubble. Rattles a distant shudder.
A bit early there.
Fades beneath the open street. From a split junction box, blue arcs leap across the maintenance aisle. Voltage swing, slam, contactors open, then pull them shut before the springs recover. Cable bundles whip against steel trays, scorched insulation drops in black curls. Technicians crouch behind an enclosure. Straight discharge crawls along its frame. Yeah, downstream motors jerk under conflicting current, and every indicator flashes a different fall through the electrically contaminated service room. A loose terminal spits fire between feet of bars. Magnetic force kicks copper rails apart, while breakers chatter under repeated surges behind face shields. Steady hands trace the unstable branch and prepare one clean separation from the main supply. Metal instinct takes the lead, reading each violent flash before instruments catch the change. We ground the wandering charge, cut corrupted conductors and hold essential power steady, while interference lashes every exposed connection. Precision survives where unstable voltage cannot be trusted inside this scorched and hostile power network. An arc plume booms across the switchgear and erases labels and white light relays click without sequence. A control cable carries noise in the pumps 3 rooms away, making valves pulse against clotheslines. The crew disconnects secondary feeds one at a time, watching sparks retreat toward the damaged cabinet. When the final contaminated pair is lifted free, the main bus steadies and every motor returns to order rotation. Electric violence leaves no safe rhythm. One probe melts, another reports to fall zero, while current bites through the grounded shell. We trust distance, insulated tools, and the physical path of damage until the hidden fault stands isolated. Follow the burn marks through the panel and break the hostile path. Each surge exposes another weak connection. Each deliberate cut protects the working network. We turn erratic discharge into evidence, then rebuild the route until clean power holds steadily across every isolated and fully repaired feeder branch. Final breakers settle behind glass. Steady low moves through repaired lines, and the scorched enclosure stops. Throwing blue fire across the aisle. Already beyond its thermal limit, the compressor hammers against the warp housing. Coolant spits across warning panels, bearing streak inside the sleeves. Red indicators spread from one console to the next, while operators strip jam covers with burnt gloves. Vent fan slow under thickening heat, and the main shaft begins to wobble. Each rotation drags the machine closer to seizure. Is overloaded circuits violently reject every reset command. Meters pin against it, stops. A relief pump coughs, catches, then loses pressure again. The crew clears loose tools from the casing, embraces for the moment when saturated hardware either releases its burden or tears itself apart. We advance when alarms fall quiet, because silence means the warning network is finally burned out. Through heat and failing ventilation, we isolate the loaded shaft, bleed pressure from the housing, and keep critical machinery alive before fatigue becomes total mechanical destruction. Across the saturated industrial service service bay. Insulation curls away from cables and hot oil crawls beneath the drive assembly. One motor stalls while its paired unit takes twice the demand. Technicians reroute flow through an auxiliary line, but the valve handle bends halfway open. The temperature climbs again with seconds remaining. They carefully uncouple the damaged load and let the exhaust and roller safely coast through a shower of metal fragments. Capacity is gone, judgment remains. Hands work beneath flashing red lamps, choosing which section can fail without taking the whole plant down. A final breaker holds long enough for the isolated machinery to release its stored heat safely. Move through the dead warning lights and take control of the last working circuit. We cut the saturated branch, protect the crew, and force an orderly shut down while housings crack nearby. No overheated machine decides the ending while trained hands remain inside the bay and working under pressure. Fans regain speed above the scorched bay. The damaged rotor stops one turn before seizure, and cooling air drives smoke toward the vents. Yeah. Shoulder to shoulder, unexpected the lower concourse until breathing space disappears. A shove near the entrance travels through 6 compressed rows and slams the front against barricades. Someone falls, 3 others reach down while the surge keeps coming. Rails flex, bottles burst under boots, and opposing currents collide beside the stairwell. Above the crush, raised hands signal warnings that vanish inside, shouting impact and uncontrolled collective force. Pressure rebounds from the sealed exit. One cluster pushes east, another drives west. In the middle twist between them, a drop railing opens a sudden gap. The pack mass lunges toward it before anyone can slow the chain reaction. Sever their hold on the feed, break the signal driving this violent human surge. We cut the chance, split the pack current, and open breathing lanes before another body drops. Chaos multiplies through contact, but clear hands can interrupt this direction. Now across the entire endangered lower concourse, near the turnstiles, a second wave arrives from an unseen corridor. The rear cannot see the fallen barrier, so every step forward adds force to the pileup. Crews climb kiosks, tear signs from their mounts, and use the frames to divide opposing flows. A narrow channel forms beside the wall. People pass sideways through it, lifting ninja strangers, while the remaining crowd bucks against itself in blind bursts. No leader controls the mass now. Motion travels faster than speech, turning one mistake into 50 collisions. We answer with visible